Today in Fashion Guide, fashion industry professions, let's learn how fashion shoots are done and whose work remains off-screen. We'll talk with one of the most successful Kazakh fashion models, Alona Subotina, on what it's like to be a top model. We'll see how design and technologies make a perfect match. Watch it right now. When you flip through the pages of fashion magazines with numerous fashion looks, we only see the results of the great deal of work that was done to bring you this or that photo. Every fashion story takes a whole team of professionals off-screen. One of such professionals is the stylist Alisa Grebenshikova. The stylist is one hugely responsible for creating the look for a magazine. The stylist develops the original idea.
Заниматься модой, делать модные фотосессии, истории, как это делаем мы сегодня.
To do fashion, make fashion shoots, stories like the ones we do today, collecting images, pictures. It's not just a photo set, but composite pages. We maybe become inspired by interior design or details like today, onion, an old photo camera, and binoculars. It's very interesting that photo shoots are done 1 or 2 months before a publication in a magazine. It's important to choose the right place and have a good weather for a photo shoot. The warlike Amazon girls was inspired by collections of Kazakhstan's fashion designers. When you take part in Fashion Week, we know which designers, which collections, which stores to go to. Knowing all this, we get an idea what we want to do, what kind of story, where it will be published, and what we can take. The team has to know what clothes and accessories beforehand, then to find a model who will convey the look to the audience in detail. For this photo shoot, the authors invited a girl with regular feature, athletic body, who has able to make a warlike face. A makeup artist completes the look. Images are created by our stylist, and we together with our team say with a hairstylist decide how a model should look like. When I got a photo of Luisa, I thought, we don't need to make a strong makeup on here to spoil her face. That's why, what's more important? I decided to do a simple contouring, accentuate lashes, and applied some bronzer to get the sun-kissed effect, and that's all. A very important person on a photo shoot, a fashion photographer, who is in charge of selecting the site and required props. If it's not a studio shoot, then the location search is the most important of all processes. Oftentimes we shoot in the city, but it takes a long time to find the right location. So we're looking for some high-tech buildings or some very old houses in the center of the city, some old streets, backyards, and etc. Setting a clear task, professional attitude, and correct communication with models are key to photographer's success. Yermak Rustemov does photo shoots for fashion magazines. Despite his vast experience, he is still enthusiastic about his profession. Normally, during the photo shoots, we flip through the photos and mark good photos in the camera. Once we're in the office, we start making a layout right away, as we still feel charged by the photo, and we try to convey it in the magazine.
К верстке после того, как приехали, потому что в нас еще осталась вот эта вот заряженность самой съемкой, и мы стараемся тут же передать.
Many might think that the fashion industry people are too detached from the real-life problems. In fact, fashion professions can be very difficult. You have to work days, nights in unusual and sometimes dangerous places in unbearable hot or freezing cold environments just to get a striking photo. Every day on television or in a fashion magazines, we see girls with delicate figures, perfect skin, and sizzling looks. Gisele Bündchen, Kate Moss, and Naomi Campbell are famous models who are imitated by millions of girls around the world. Though, are good looks enough to be successful in the world of fashion? Alona Subotina, arguably the most successful Kazakh model, shares her thoughts on fashion business secrets.
Вообще морально, в принципе, обстановка достаточно тяжелая, когда
Actually, it's quite hard when you go to a casting but they don't choose you. So you have to develop a very calm attitude to that. Also, this business is highly competitive. When you're a model, you travel all the time. You have to be ready to fly at any moment. You literally live out of a suitcase.
Постоянные путешествия, готовность к перелету в любой момент, в любую минуту. И также, как я это называю, это просто жизнь, сидя на чемоданах.
Alona's lived out of a suitcase since she was 17. Her first contract in Singapore was a hard job, both in the psychological and physical terms. Now, 9 years later, her word of advice to the beginners is guard your nerves. Still, most of the models aspire to work abroad.
Когда многие девушки уже едут за границу,
Many girls go abroad, and each model has to set a goal to understand why they are going there. To have fun or to build your career. I think you have to set a goal before going anywhere and then reach it.
уже поставить себе цель и идти к ней.
A successful modeling career is a result of hard work and persistence. Givenchy, Fendi, Oscar de la Renta, Rick Owens, ad campaigns with Giorgio Armani, Adidas. It was not just looks that helped Alona to achieve all this. Global fashion industry values originality of character.
Ну, здесь очень много девушек, вот я посмотрела, любят очень таких коммерческих.
Here in Kazakhstan, people like, say, commercially beautiful models. I mean, girls wear regular facial features, makeup, hairstyle, high heels. You won't see anything like this abroad. I mean, there are models is not just dummy for clothing. She is first of all a character. She represents herself. You come to a casting as you are.
Ходишь на кастинг, как тебе удобно.
Her colleagues call Alona Sabotina a Kazakh girl for a reason. Every year she comes back to her home country to meet young girls who want to become models and gives them a piece of advice. Alona believes that the willingness to learn and professionalism are the global top models' key success factors.
Упорство и работа приведет к результату. И если
Hard work and persistence will yield results. Any girl who has the necessary prerequisites to be a model will achieve this. You have to work, you have to grow, gain experience, strike to the top, and then you will succeed.
Делать съемки, получать опыт, проходить все эти тернии к топу. И я считаю, что результат обязательно будет, если стараться.
Many top models have side businesses, charity projects, or TV shows. Alona Sabotina has a project of her own with photographer Daniel King. She plans to publish a book and organize an exhibition on creative young people of Kazakhstan. Also, she wants to start a scouting agency in her native country. Alona is sure that Kazakhstan is an untapped treasure trove of interesting faces and characters for the global fashion industry. Fashion industry employs designers, stylists, models, and scientists like those who helped Ralph Lauren to develop his new shirt. Earlier, his fashion house was famous for polo shirts. Now, its Smart Shirt, which is probably perfect for workouts, will become his signature product.
So this is a very tight-fitting shirt that is very popular now in gyms around the world. What we've done is we've threaded special silver fibers through the material, like magic fibers, that pick up your thoracic cage, just breathing, your heart rate, any kind of biometrics that's essential to understanding your basic health levels.
This little black box is used to collect and process information. It contains a 3D accelerometer that captures intensity of movement. The fabric and the fibers woven into the shirt then stream information directly to your smartphone. The fashion house partnered with the biometric technology company OM Signals.
Right now, my shirt is biostreaming my body onto my iPhone and into the cloud. My shirt is tracking core vitals, including my ECG, the electrical signature of my heart. It's tracking my breathing rate, breathing regularity, and my movement intensity and things related to my movement. And the shirt is the sensor. There's nothing added or attached to it. The shirt is really the sensor.
Biometric data obtained by the Polotech Smart Shirt will help develop the excessive routines. The experience will be enhanced further by developing an app that utilizes the real-time biometric data to personalize a user's workout. It's taken 2 years to get the design right, Lauren says, and it's only the start of Ralph Lauren's fashion technology fusion.
So this style of clothing is part of sort of athleisure, which is a big fashion trend right now and part of our Polo Sport launch. Ultimately, we're going to apply this technology to all kinds of clothing that we're creating, whether it's a classic Ralph Lauren polo shirt or a jacket or a dress. Right now, the technology is something that's new enough that we think the most accessible approach in is really through sports. But we'll ultimately make it a part of all the clothes we make and part of the lifestyle in which you live.
Well, it's possible that technologies will become drivers of our new fashion revolution.